Aloha and welcome to the beautiful Hamakua Coast of the Big Island, not far from where the very first macadamia nut tree was planted in Hawaii way back in the late 1880s. This first tree was brought over from Australia where macadamia nut is native, and the rest is history as Hawaii created the mac nut industry that we know of today. Join us as we take you on a journey through the process of growing and producing these delightful treats. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a dive into the nutty world of macadamias. Macadamia nut trees are quite a sight to behold when they reach their full growth. It takes about 7 years to reach full production maturity, which is quite a wait and why these nuts are so special. Here on the Big Island, there are several varieties, each with its own unique shape, size, leaf structure, and even nut size. It's a diverse family of nut trees. Here you can see some beautiful macadamia nut flowers. These delicate white clusters, called racemes, bring a touch of elegance to our orchards. They're the early signs of what's to come, and then about 6 to 8 months later, these beautiful flowers turn into little green cakey macadamia nuts. However, these immature nuts are not ready yet. They have a protective outer layer known as the husk. Inside that husk lies a rock-hard brown shell that protects the precious cargo inside, the macadamia nut kernel. When macadamia nuts reach maturity, they naturally fall from the tree onto the ground. This is a sign that it's time to harvest, and all the harvesting is done from ground level. Once they drop from the trees, their green husks split and turn brown within a couple days. Once they're all picked up, they're brought to our processing facility, which is Hawaii's oldest mac nut factory down Haina Camp. This is where the tedious process begins to extract the precious kernel inside. At the factory, the first step is to remove the outer husk using our trusty dehusking machine. Next, they take a fun ride into our massive stadium dryers, where warm air gets pushed up through them, drying them to that perfect moisture for storage and cracking. If they were not dried down, these nuts would go bad and would be very difficult to crack as they'd be rubbery. Once they're dried to about 1%, it's now time for the main event, the cracking. It takes a whopping 300 pounds of pressure to crack a macadamia nut. It's extremely hard and amazing that our wild pigs here on island can somehow break through that tough shell. We use specialty crackers brought in from Australia that uses precision knives to delicately crack open the rock-hard shells, revealing the precious kernel inside. Once cracked, the kernel and shell goes through our trommel, which is a giant rotating screen with various hole sizes that separates the kernel and shell by size. Now that the kernel and shell is sized, it goes through our amazing optical sorter. Using a high-speed camera, it takes pictures of the nuts or water falling through it. Based on parameters that we've set, it kicks out all of the shell and any other material we don't want with a high-speed jet blast of air. It is quite a sight to see and the workhorse in our process. It miraculously separates the sound kernel from all the shell and prepares it for our next step. Now it's time to give our kernel a quick roast in this massive oven, ensuring they are perfectly dry and ready for storage. With one final inspection by our keen human eyes, we ensure that only the finest kernels make the cut. Once approved, they're vacuum packed into 25-pound cases, eagerly awaiting their next destination, our kitchen at the Nuthouse. This is the place where creativity and expertise really shine through, our certified kitchen. Here, our talented team works their magic, transforming our farm-fresh macadamia nuts into all the delicious treats you know and love. From 10 different flavors of macadamia nuts to dressings, dessert spreads, and pancake mixes, they create mouth-watering experiences you won't be able to resist. As you can see, it's quite a process. From the historic Hamakua Coast to your taste buds, every step we take is rooted in passion and dedication. The next time you savor one of our treats, remember the journey it took to reach your hands. Mahalo for joining us on this nutty adventure.